everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders hope by the end of today's game they'll have secured win number 1 on the season. It's the Chargers going up against the Raiders. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. It's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Here's Foles. And right away, he lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from.
And his first carry, he loses the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Foles. And a quick throw here that's complete. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Paul Richardson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first pass is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And that'll bring up second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And now here come the Raiders. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. It'll be a loss of 1, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Now Foles. And that is incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They've just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. That's now 4 tackles for loss if you add the 3 he had last week to the 1 here in the first quarter.
And some of it comes from vision. And when you're playing defensive end, especially with those teams that want to take their D-ends and move them out a little bit wider so they can see into the offensive backfield, they can see things develop, able to make plays, then they use their athletic ability to take over and spill them.
Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right?
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Navarro Bowman leading the surge there. He drops in for a loss of 6. On play action, they'll throw. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about. He used to say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad,
give him 6 yards and they do convert on 3rd.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over them. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field.
And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And an alley to run. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he slides to avoid the hit. A good pickup there, a 22. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. An update from Buffalo. The Bills have taken an early lead against the Dolphins. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Check, Patriot. Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now back to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there.
And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to try and throw. And it's complete. Henry. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. He'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings, but for some reason it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
And a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. It doesn't matter what you do otherwise. Don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find the yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
Now they'll run it on the toss, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Let's go! Blue Lightning! Blue Lightning!
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. John Crockett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll set up a throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've hit the end of quarter 1. It's a close game here early on. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. They'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's second down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes it's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They'll set up to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Gabe Wright with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine.
Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out, and this is recovered by the Chargers. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. John Crockett with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Back to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 33. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. The Chargers getting set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit at the 44-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we can spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Coming up at halftime, remember, we'll get you out to Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of this first half. That is, of course, unless you decide to skip him.
And for the record, we do not encourage that.
The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Back to throw now on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Looking to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Back to throw here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. John Crockett on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. They've gone to the second quarter in Buffalo. The Bills have taken an early lead against the Dolphins. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Nick Foles gearing up again here to go on offense. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. They'll run again now with Darkwan. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. And before we could even hear from Larry, we're back and ready to go in Week 5. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. John Crockett, 75 yards. And this Chargers offense continues to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work. On the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Here's Foles. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Anderson. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, batted free. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. John Crockett taking it in from a yard out. And this Charger offense is running away with this one.
And this is the kind of day a running back dreams of. They keep handing him the ball, and he keeps taking it in for touchdowns.
So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10, and he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a hit and Foles loses the football. It's out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Here's Marquette King now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and, boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Slot man moves right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Hurry up, here we go.
The center receiver in motion to the right. Now a handoff looking right. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, L.A. John Crockett, an even 90 yards. And this Chargers offense continues to pour it on. Elsewhere, second half is underway up in Orchard Park. The Bills, they're just pouring it on in that one. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Joey Bosa with the tackle for loss. How about that pedigree in his family?
Yeah, some good pedigree. Tell us about it, Mr. Davis.
Dad played in the NFL, first-round draft pick. Uncle was a first-round draft pick. He's got a brother coming behind him. But Joey Bosa, guy plays really, really hard and plays all aspects on defense. Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go now.
In motion is Strong. Now a handoff looking right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go now.
In motion is Strong.
Green 39.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go.
The slot man in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Watch tight, tight end right. Watch tight, tight end right.
And to give this time to the tailback. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run,
Back now in the East Bay. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go now. 3-19.
In motion is Strong. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Here we go now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Found his target. It's Anderson. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now they try the right side here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Second and goal. They still need 8 yards to find the end zone. And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. So they tried runs on first and goal and second and goal, got stonewalled. Now from here, they've got to throw, right?
I would think so, and I would think you also maybe want to come up with something different in terms of formation. Maybe spread things out a little bit. Even though you're down near the goal line where things are tight, get it spread out a little bit.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And this Charger offense is running away with this one. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
Foles. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The previous play was a nice run, so they came back with the draw. I think they were trying to fool the defense into thinking they would throw the ball and wanted to run it again. Unsuccessful, but this team is definitely showing they want to keep it on the ground.
Now Foles. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
But he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 13-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
They are in the 4th in Buffalo. The Bills there just continuing to pour it on. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2nd down and 4. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now they'll run it on the toss. And now running right through him. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Raider first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And incomplete here on 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. They are in the 4th and Buffalo. The Bills, they are just continuing to pour it on. A victory there would mean their 6th on the year. In motion is Strong. Now a handoff looking right. And he's got some space here. And a cut to the right and some open field here. There goes Melvin Gordon. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They're going to look to throw. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Give them 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
It's bad enough watching all the highlight reels, watching guys in warm-ups, going up and making these incredible one-handed acrobatic catches. But when it happens right in front of you, when you're defending him, that just makes your day that much longer, and you just wonder, how are we ever going to cover these guys?
Throwing right, and that's complete. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.